Welcome to another edition of the NCBI Podcast. I'm June Tinsley, Head of Communications and Advocacy with NCBI. And today I'm delighted to be joined by Geraldine Cussen, who is NCBI's shop manager in our shop in Navan, who's here to tell us all about her own experiences and what it's like working in frontline of one of our shops. So great to have you on board, Geraldine, and thanks for taking the time.
Very welcome, June. You're welcome.
Geraldine, for the benefit of our listeners, if you could please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, certainly. I'm 45 years of age, and I come from Kells, which is just down the road from or up the road, I should say, from Navan. I have come from a family of 9. I'm blessed with 4 brothers and four sisters.
Household.
Sorry?
A very busy household, obviously, growing up.
A very, very busy household. So, and I was kind of the latter end. So, I suppose I would have been one of the more spoiled ones as everyone got older in the house. I have 3 children. 3 teenagers, I should say. They're 20 and 17 and 14. So, busy household. Lots of rolling the eyes and banging the doors. Great crack all together.
So, just totally normal then.
Total normal, yes, absolutely, total normal. I have a visual impairment. It's retinitis pigmentosa, and I was diagnosed when I was 8, along with 3 other siblings in the house. So there's 4 of us out of the 9 that have this condition.
Is it a hereditary condition?
Yeah, it's a hereditary, yes, condition, genetic. It's genetic as well. So, yeah, we were diagnosed very young with it. I suppose starting off, we were falling across things, and as I said, when you were at school and you were never picked for the soccer team or the basketball team, and because you were clumsy and no one realised what it was, and it was just by chance that my sister was going for a routine eye test with the public health nurse at the time. That's where it was done. And she happened to say to the public health nurse that we come from a very country orientated place. So we were out counting cattle one evening, and it was like October's evening, was dark. She was out with my older sister who wouldn't have RP, and she said, my sister was talking about seeing the cattle in the field, and Rosie, my other sister, she said, I can't see anything. She said, I can't see cattle. And she said, it's there in front of you. Can you not see it? And she said, no. So that's the start of retinitis pigmentosa. It's that night blindness is one of the symptoms of it. Okay. So she happened to say this to the public health nurse that was looking into her eyes or whatever. And that's how we found out. We found out it wasn't that we were just clumsy. It was this. Yes. So. Yeah, it was. I'm sure, like as a mother now myself, it was a big shock for my mum to find out that 4 of our children had this condition. But you know what? It didn't hold us back. And
what level of vision do you have, Geraldine?
I'm not exactly sure, because I have no peripherals all gone at this stage. I'm completely night blind. I've had cataract surgery on both eyes. It's very limited at the moment. It did take a dip in the last 4 to 5 years. And the way I would look at it is it's like, right, when I was diagnosed at 8, I was only 8, I was a child, I didn't understand a lot of it. And it's like, right, you're a book and you're put on a shelf. You don't need NCBI services yet. We leave you, and then I need to dust off that book now and take it down off that shelf. And I've got so much help in the last 4 or 5 years, as with visual aids, stuff, and I suppose working in the environment, seeing service users coming in and out to our lovely community resource worker Jane here, has really, and excuse the pun, opened my eyes into the whole world of there is life after, getting this diagnosis. And
Well, I suppose you've been with it for nearly 40 years. So it's just part of who you are. It doesn't define who you are.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I mean, like you don't realize you actually develop skills yourself for the sight loss. Like I remember when I went for cane training first with Jean, um, I didn't realize when I walked, I swung my left arm in front of my body a lot, and like I was told, yes, she said that's your mechanism of protecting your body in case you fall, and it just comes naturally. Do you
Okay.
know, and now I've gone for a few cane training exercises or appointments with Jean, and it's I like I'm at a stage now where I need to use my cane. I don't need it during the day, but I most definitely need it now in the dark evenings, getting from the shop here in Navan to the bus stop safely. And I suppose it's something I always put at the back of my mind, oh, I don't need that now, I don't need that now. But I had a fall a couple of weeks ago, and it kind of just brought back, right, I need to do this now. And the support I'm getting is just amazing. And I just find that, I'm ready. I'm ready to take it on board. And I suppose when I was in my 20s, I nearly tried to hide it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Do
It's a
you
question of timing, really, and acceptance,
know?
isn't it?
Yeah, and I suppose you get to an age as well, I think, in your life where you don't care what people think or people looking at you. You just get on with it and you look for help and don't be afraid to ask for it. And I think that's where I am now, Jean or June.
And is
Do you know?
are your siblings in a similar situation that their vision has deteriorated in the number of years since diagnosis for them as well?
Yes, yes, they all are actually. My my eldest sister that has it. There's three girls and one boy in the family that has it. So there's three girls and the boy is the youngest. So, my eldest sister, she went for her cataract surgery only last week. Whereas myself and Rosie, the middle two girls that have it, we've had our cataract surgery like about 8 or 10 years ago. So we're all at different levels with it. We all have it
Yes.
different. Um, but it does be great crack, comparing war stories and look at my bruise. No, look at my bruise. And it's like, we're very, very, we try and not look at the doom and gloom end of it and, try and stay very positive.
Yeah.
But I mean, the services that's out there, the counselling service, the cane training, the independent living skills, all of that. I just like I have parts of my house adapted. Like my hob at home, is one of these, lovely. It blew up on me a couple of weeks ago, and my partner actually works in Euronics, so I rang him. I said, "Geez, will you bring home a hob? The hob is gone,"
Yeah.
and he brought home this lovely hob, and lovely glass, no knobs to try and have to, you know, but it's all touch screen, which I can't see because it's a lovely black hob or whatever. But
It's totally
like
flat, probably.
it's totally flat. There's
Yeah.
no, and I came into Jean and I went, oh God, I said, Barry brought home this lovely thing, and I didn't realize I should be nearly ringing to find out what would be good for me. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? To see what do blind people actually use. But it was brilliant. Like the little I don't know what you call them, the little
Book
stickers.
box.
Yes,
Book.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
They are brilliant. Like Jane said, no, try these, and amazing. Like they're absolutely brilliant. Just stick them on a hob. You know where to put your finger. Like the smallest little thing. It's a sticker. At the end of the day, it's a sticker. It's a raised sticker,
Yeah.
and the simple. Like I wouldn't have thought of that. And I mean, that's
Just gives
what.
you full independence to go back to
Yeah,
cooking like you did
yeah,
before. Exactly.
yes.
Great.
Oh, burning more so.
um, moving on to the your role in the shop in Navan. Tell us how long have you worked there?
Um, the shop is actually open to 8.5 years. I'm here from the get-go.
Fair play to you.
Yeah, I don't know if it was just one of those things that was meant to be, but I worked in auctioneering for 17 years and with Sherry Fitzgerald, and I think it got to the stage where I found just sitting at a computer all day was just not for me. I needed to be it just was too strainful on my eyes and stuff. So when this shop was opening, I went for the interview and got it. So I hadn't a notion about retail. But I can tell you, I learned a lot in the last, like we were open 8 years there last October. So I learned so much in the last 8 years.
Sure you have. And what do you enjoy most about the role?
I love the generosity of people, the amazing community that we're in.
Yes.
I just think, like, I have been fundraising a lot from when I was very small. Like, we would have done a lot of bucket collections and all of that for the NCBI over the years. But I think when I got into this role and I seen it from a different perspective, I think seeing people just walk into the shop and give you stuff, do you know what I mean? Donations, people just coming in at Christmas with monetary donations. I just think there is so much good out there.
True.
So many people willing, like shops with excess stock given to us. I just think it's such a lovely environment to work in. And not only that, you have lovely volunteers coming in. You're meeting all walks of life. You're meeting all, like I have 17 volunteers here in Navan. We're blessed. And I mean, we have Syrians, we have French, we have Polish, we have Lithuanian people. We have so many different nationalities. And like everyone just wants to help. And we're all learning each other's cultures.
Yeah.
Like
Everybody's bringing something to the table.
everyone is bringing, and like it's such a lovely environment. And I mean, there just before Christmas, the ladies would be all chatting when they'd be working. They'd be chatting away and they'd be like swapping recipes and bringing in maybe buns they made the night before and having a cup of coffee. And it's just such a lovely environment. Like what I done one of the evenings here, because at the end of the day we have to do our job here and get this stock out into the shop to raise money. But what we done here one of the evenings, I think it was around November, everybody baked a traditional dish from the country. And we closed the shop at 5:30 and everybody came in. We put the table here in the kitchen and we put everything down and everyone had and do you know what? It created such a lovely atmosphere. It was lovely.
Brilliant.
Yeah, really nice.
Tell us kind of what a typical day in the life of a shop manager would be.
Oh, no days is the same. No 2 days are the same. Like, it's like you come in, if it's a day I'm not working and I come in the next day, there could be 8 or 10 bags of donations to go through, to process. You would be chatting to customers on the shop floor. Volunteer training. You would have a lot of volunteers in, you'd be training them up and, increasing their skills. And just, there's so many different hats you're wearing as a manager. You could have people coming in because we're a charity shop. You would have a lot of elderly coming in and they just want to chat.
Yeah.
They just want that little talk, and they mightn't see somebody until the next day, and I do have 4 or 5 customers that come in religiously between 11 and 2, and it's, oh, hello Geraldine, how are you today? And they'd be what happened yesterday evening, and you talk to them, and it's such a lovely, I think it's a lovely environment. It's not your standalone retail environment. It's more community based, and that's what I love about it, and the interaction.
And I suppose, as you rightly say, because NCBI has 130 odd shops across the country, it is very much community driven, because we're in every single county, and in some cases we're in multiple locations in the same town. So we certainly are kind of embedding ourselves in the fabric of every community in the country.
Absolutely.
And it certainly kind of ensures that NCBI is on the radar for people. Do you feel though that people who do come into your shop with donations and are regular customers, do they know what the charity is and what the cause is?
Yes, they are very much aware of it. Sometimes I find, June, you might get the younger generation coming in, oh, what's NCBI? Do you know? But I mean, they definitely the older generation know what we are about and what we do. But do you know, the volunteers up in the shop, they don't be too long about telling them, you know, we're a charity about helping people that are blind and visually impaired, and you
Yeah.
know, and it's great that when we had the services here at the back of the shop, we could tell them, well, look at this is what we do. We teach independent living, we train, you know. We build up someone that, you know, it's an awful shock to get, or someone maybe that has been in an accident that suddenly lost their sight. Like I suppose as 8, I grew up, like it wasn't a shock to me, but imagine getting that information, like your whole world would just turn upside down.
Yeah, it's very life changing.
Yeah, absolutely. But
And as
definitely,
the vision impairment, how have you needed any adaptations to do your job, or to change the shop layout in any way?
yes, I have. I'm finding it hard to see the till, not the keys on the till, but the you know the screen on the till. So I have like a clamped magnifier there to help me there. I also have a electronic magnifier at the back that I just pick up if I can't see a label of a garment or a size. Just pick it up and put it, you know, and it tells me. Um, I have a laptop for doing my paperwork as well, which is brilliant for checking my emails and stuff like that. Like I'm currently doing the apprenticeship program, the Skillnet apprenticeship program in retail supervision, which NCBI are facilitating.
Right.
So yeah, so it's a 2-year course, and I can do a third year to go on and do the degree. So I started that in September. So I am actually loving it. Loving
Okay.
it, and like, which is brilliant. So it's I can still maintain my job and go back to college. So it's busy, but it's really I'm actually loving it. I'm learning so much. I'm just learning so much out of it. Stuff in retail that I would never have thought. You know, different selling strategies and sales, and you know, merchandising, and there's the legal selling, and there's just so many different modules. Like there's loads, and I'm blessed that I have Sam, the regional manager, is my mentor, so we meet up and do that. We meet up 3 times for every module, so it's great. I get loads of feedback.
Brilliant, fair play to you. And I suppose, what do you think would be the kind of the main challenges for a customer who's vision impaired?
Well, as being vision impaired and a customer to myself going into a shop, I find the lighting is a big part of retinitis pigmentosa. It's to get that balance. This new LED lighting when you walk into a chemist or something like that, I nearly need sunglasses on me because I can't look at it. Whereas if I walk into a shop that is not adequately lit and it's too dim, I fall across something. So there would be the challenges. So I would be very clued into that in my shop here in Navan.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
the first thing I do in the morning. I kind of come in and I scan the floor, make sure there's nothing, you know, we might have got a donation of something big that can't sit in a shelf or something like that. Do you know, my first thing is that needs to go somewhere. Someone's not going to fall across it. And I find the volunteers have learned so much about sight loss off me, because I don't hold back. I tell them this is why I'm doing this, and this is, do you know, and they see me then with the cane going off in the evening to get my bus, and they're interested, do you know, which is great. So it's all about spreading the awareness.
That's exactly
About,
to share that.
yeah,
They can
yeah,
obviously get them to wherever they go as well.
yeah, and like they're so good. Like they're like, oh, come on, I'll help you over to the bus, and you know. But it's all about the awareness, and it's crazy. The volunteers that have been here they're with me since the week I opened. They come in as customers. I see them now teaching the new volunteers, oh, don't leave that there, Jenny could trip across that. Do you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, it's so sweet. It's so sweet.
What about helping customers to be able to decipher one size from another, or decipher one kind of color or shade from another? Is there any tactics or strategies you've used in your shop to kind of assist them in that regard?
Absolutely. We color block our clothes now in the shop here. So we put all the pastels together and, you know, kind of with one colors that complement each other, which looks visually amazing. And it's actually really good for you know, a customer that's coming in, I'm looking for a red top, and if someone has poor sight, it's brilliant that the volunteers are clued into me, as in, because I'm actually, I have color dyslexia, which doesn't actually help when I'm trying to put the colors coordinated out in the shop.
Yes.
So that's, the volunteers know that's a job that I can't do. Well, I can do to a certain extent, but I might get some of it wrong. But the volunteers are great at doing that. But I mean, when I have a visually impaired customer coming in, I find the volunteers are so much more clued into their needs. Do you know what I mean? Like they know where they're going to struggle. Oh, that's a size 8. I'll get that down for you. And do you know, if they're holding their cane, they take that item off them and they bring it up to the till and they hold it for them, because they're trying to navigate the shop with their cane and stuff.
Exactly. So as you rightly say, the volunteers have learned a huge amount from you, and your shop has amended and introduced some strategies to assist.
Yes.
The last thing I suppose I just wanted to ask you was in connection with your sense of how do you feel shopping has changed since COVID? Has there been any pattern to the volume of customers, or are more people shift into shopping online, or have you had any insights into the differences in relation to your own shop since COVID?
Since COVID, I find we're not dealing as much in cash. It's everyone has gone contactless. Like I just find, like, definitely there's more there's hardly, very, very small amount of cash transactions as opposed to card. People are, I find we're getting, since COVID, I find the donation levels coming in we're getting a lot of donations in new with tags on. And I don't know if that is down to COVID, but I think it's a lot down to online shopping during COVID.
Yes.
Do you know? So you know, you're getting a lot of stuff that people just didn't bother sending back, that maybe purchased online. Because I found when we first opened after COVID, oh my God, it was like a tsunami of donations coming in that were brand new, that people just must have just got online when they were off, that they couldn't go to the shops.
Yeah, exactly. Decided they didn't want to wear it for whatever reason.
Yeah. So definitely it has changed, but COVID was a very hard time for everybody. But I think it was so exciting coming back into the shop after being you know, not here for so long, and it was just so nice. It's so nice to see the customers again, and you know, it really was. It was a really hard time for everybody.
Yeah, the whole entire sector certainly was drastically affected by it. It really was.
Yeah.
But for now, Geraldine, I'll let you go because I know you're a busy lady. For any interested customers who are in the Navan area, feel free to drop into Geraldine in the NCBI Navan shop on Kennedy Road. And also, if anybody's interested in accessing our services, as always, you can do so by contacting our info line 1800 911 250, or alternatively jump onto our website ncbi.ie. All previous episodes of these podcasts are available on podcasting platforms such as Apple and Spotify. Also, feel free to become a subscriber on our YouTube channel. And Geraldine, I'd just like to say thank you very much for having a chat with us today.
Oh, you're welcome, June.